Welcome to the video, guys. I'm Rooster, and this is your Gaming News Roundup. Ubisoft's next entry into the old Settlers franchise was set to release next week. The first Settlers game in over a decade, with the last game, The Settlers 7 Paths to a Kingdom, releasing all the way back in 2010. Well, Ubisoft has just announced yet another delay to their latest game. This marks the third delay to the game, and the delay is currently indefinite. Ubisoft states that its decision is due to feedback received from the closed beta from the game back in January, and this doesn't really bode well for the game as this has happened to a Settlers game once before. Back in 2014, Ubisoft were working on the Settlers Kingdoms of Antaria, which also received multiple delays and was eventually canned after similar reactions in its closed beta too. For those who recognise the name slightly, it seems that the game ended up diverting into a standalone game, Champions of Antaria, but the ties to the Settler franchise were completely cut. More delays this week as Luminous Productions took to Twitter to announce that Forspoken will not be making its March 25th release and will be delayed until October 11th. The post on Twitter reads, "We have made the decision to move the release date of Forspoken to October 11th, 2022. Our vision for this exciting new IP is to deliver a game world and hero that gamers across the globe will want to experience for years to come. So getting it right is extremely important to us. To that end, during the next few months, we will focus all of our efforts on polishing the game and can't wait for you to experience Frey's journey this fall. Thank you for your understanding and continued support. We look forward to sharing more about Forspoken with you soon." In celebration of 2022 being the 35th anniversary of the Final Fantasy franchise, Square Enix have hosted a rather interesting website linked in the description. When arriving at the 35th anniversary page, the user is greeted with a rather interesting piece of artwork featuring a Warrior of Light, a recurring theme in many Final Fantasy games, while the main theme plays in the background. Down from there is a small piece explaining that Final Fantasy was released on December 18th back in 1987, and that in this 35th anniversary year, we can expect many exciting new ways to enjoy the worlds of Final Fantasy, so look forward to what Final Fantasy has in store. With Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin releasing next week, and Final Fantasy XVI still holding out on us with its release date, we can hopefully expect to get some interesting news soon this year. After several delays and reports of a full development reboot since its announcement in 2017, Ubisoft's pirate ship battle game, Skull and Bones, has returned from the dead. In a Twitter post, the team announced that they are kicking off an insider program for the game so that a select few can test out early versions of the game and give their feedback. It's not all clean sailing though, as some have noted that Ubisoft's statement of ideal candidates are Skull and Bones fans with a keen interest in game development, with plenty of time to allocate to testing and reporting issues, bugs, or just general feedback, might just be asking a bit too much of unpaid community testers, as this sounds more in line with actual QA work. And finally, with the situation of the last few years, many major events like Gamescom have gone completely digital, but Gamescom is ready to start trying to make a move back to its old setup. In 2022, Gamescom will be hosting a hybrid event, with maintaining a digital component to its event while also returning to its old venue in Germany, Cologne. Gamescom 2022 will be hosting its traditional opening night livestream on August 23rd, with the digital component running very much how it has for the past few years, and the in-person event taking a few extra measures such as limited ticket sales, wider aisle spacing, and plenty of hygiene and safety protocols to keep its attendees safe. It is great to see major events like this going back to their in-person roots though. Well, that's all for this week, guys, so thanks for watching as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.